Okay, I'm one of the ones, a new creation, one who believes I'm a child of God, a holy nation, friend of the king. I'm protected and I'm loved, I'm an heir, so on the seas, I've been forgiven, I have been freed, I have been took, I've been redeemed. Okay, I'm one of the ones.
Yo, what's going on, family? Welcome back, guys, to the Rob Van Harris Show, guys. We don't call it the Rob Van Harris Podcast no more, guys. It's the Rob Van Harris Show. Welcome back, guys. So here, guys, you already know, man, if this is your first time, what we focus on here, guys, is that we focus on real strategy. We bring on real people, guys, with real stories that's yielding real results, guys. What I've learned, man, is that a lot of people, they live wrong, guys, because they think wrong. And I'm a true believer that if you can change your thinking, let me repeat that, guys. Change your thinking, you can change your life. So what my goal here today is not just to help you to thrive in your real estate business, because that's what we specialize in here, guys, is our real estate business. But I want to help y'all to thrive in life, guys. And I want to help y'all not just to build up y'all bank accounts, not just build up y'all portfolios, but I want to help y'all to help us to build up our overall selves, guys. And with that being said, man, I got another special guest here with me today, guys. Oh, man. I'm excited. I know I say that all the time. I'm excited, but I'm really excited today, guys, because this young brother right here, man, he's doing great exploits in the game. He's been in the real estate industry since he was 18 years old, really 17, if I'm not mistaken. He's done everything, guys, from wholesaling to fixing and flipping to helping run a multi-million-dollar business, guys. And he goes by the name of Year. Some people know him as Year. I call him Jahir. You know, that's my not only my friend, not only a partner in the business, but he's my son, guys. He's my son, so I can vouch with everything we're going to talk about here today. It's official. It's the real deal. It's no cap. It's raw and uncut. And we about to bring this thing to y'all, guys. Get ready, man. This is for somebody. If you're looking to get into the wholesaling business, you already into the wholesaling business. You looking to fix and flip, you already in the fix and flip business, but you seem to be hitting it up against the ceiling. This podcast is going to be for you, man. Without further ado, guys, I would like to introduce you to my man, my son, Jahir Harmon.
What's up, man? What's going on?
What's up, boy? Oh, we about to break bread, man. We about to break bread. You ready?
I'm ready. Yeah, I mean, thanks for the intro, man. It's definitely a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to, give back and just share, all the greats about this business.
Oh, yeah.
What I've learned in this small amount of time I've been in the business. And just, again, just give back to the community and just help them, because there's a lot of people who ask me already about how to get into the game, etc. So here, this is your chance. Chance.
This is it. That's what I always tell people. I'm saying, look, man, you want to learn. We get a bunch of people that's looking to get in the game, that's looking to learn the industry, right? And I tell them, man, look, we do this podcast every other week, guys. Every other week. It's live and it's raw and uncut. It's no filter. It's no fluff. You know what I mean? We're going to give you guys the real deal as to how we created and how we built this thing, guys. So with that being said, man, let's go ahead and tap into this, man. Let's start with, of course, you could have taken a lot of paths.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been a doctor. You could have been a lawyer. You could have been an engineer. But you decided to join us in this crazy world of real estate investing. What made you want to embark on that journey out of all things?
I mean, truthfully, for one, I've seen what it's done for, us and our family. I've seen what it's done for others. But all in all, I think that, I never really had a specific thing that I wanted to do straight out of high school. Like, I wasn't the kid that was like, oh, I want to be a firefighter or I want to be a lawyer, etc. I was just kind of the kid that was always kind of good at whatever he pretty much put his mind to. In the midst, I knew that my, of searching for my purpose and, the things that I want to do in this life, I know that we need money. You need money. So real estate is the perfect avenue to join. Why not? Great money, it'll fund the things that I want to do in life.
Okay.
Create opportunities, freedom, time freedom, location freedom, etc. So, why not? Dove head first. I got great leaders, and that sums up the reason why I jumped in the way that I did.
Because here's the thing, not every child want to follow in the footsteps of their parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just reality. And I believe in giving y'all a voice. You know what I mean? I've spoke with you about it, your brothers about it. It was like, what do y'all want to be? What do y'all want to become? What are y'all excited about? What do y'all, when y'all think about that thing that you want to do for a living, it should ultimately be the thing that bring you joy outside of just the fulfillment of money.
Right.
We always talked about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you was like, nah, man, this is what I want to do. Real estate is it. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, well, come on, let's get busy. And right around the time he was ready to graduate high school, I started bringing you to the office. I was taking you to closings with me earlier on in the game.
Yeah, like we can say I started at 17, but I probably really started at like 60, maybe a year earlier than that. Started driving for dollars and just getting to feel different ways and natures. Though
I forgot about that.
I definitely,
while you were still in school, we had you driving for dollars.
Yeah. And so I can say that I've done every step that a successful wholesaler would take, in order to get started in the business. I think that I've done the steps, I've done the work leading up to this point as to where we are.
Makes sense. Let's talk about that. Let's talk a little bit more about that. You talk about taking the steps, right? Doing the thing, out there getting dirty, right? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey guys, quick recap. Rob Van Harris show, guys. This broadcast, guys. This whole show is based around you. We are here to help you, guys. So help us to help you. We need you to comment. We need you to like, and we need you to subscribe, guys. Look, leave your questions. What happens? We have a team in the background that's going to come up, guys. They're going to put your questions up on the board, and we're going to answer those questions live for you guys. Again, like. Make sure you comment, guys. Subscribe. You can start by just, guys, sharing the broadcast. Make sure y'all share with others, guys, so people cannot just come onto a show and hear. If they're looking to get in any sector of the real estate business, right? They're looking to become, get into fixing and flipping. They're looking to become, a real estate agent, wholesaling, a huge portfolio. Guys, we do it all. We do all of this stuff. So you want to share with people. Make sure you leave your comments. Make sure you share the podcast, because we want to be a blessing to folks, guys. That's what we're here for, guys. So help us to help you. And with that being said, man, what's some of the challenges you've embraced since you've been in this business, in regards to any aspect of the business? What's some of your hardest, or what you would consider some of your biggest challenges that you faced?
I mean, I would say, of course, right, anybody who's starting off, and rather it's, because this is a people business, so rather it's, sales, regardless of what you're doing, insurance, selling solar, etc. It's all sales, and it's a people business, so it's direct interaction with people. I think that was a leap for me, just kind of talking to strangers all day, day in and day out, learning how to just be comfortable and have the proper dialogue with these people. That's normally the biggest hurdle, is just jumping on the phones, really. Trying not to be too scripted. Just understanding that, look, this is just another person on the other end of this phone with a problem. And I have a solution, and, we just talk. We talk, and it kind of go from there.
Let's talk about a few of those solutions, though, because like you said, you're talking to people, real people.
Correct.
And half of this game, that's what it's about. It's talking to people, right? So walk us through a typical deal. Like, let's jump into it, man. I mean, let's walk us through a typical deal. I know yesterday you closed a huge deal. You closed like a $40,000 plus deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, I know you done some big deals. When that one came through, I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. Because a lot of people think because, I'm your dad, or we're in the business together, that I'm kind of like spearheading and stuff, but you're doing this stuff yourself. So let's talk a little bit about that $40,000 deal you did yesterday.
Yeah. So that was a deal that was brought to me by my VA. I have a team of VAs. They tagged me in the lead. I looked it up. I seen it was a good deal. I seen it was in the area that I have ready, willing, and able buyers that's ready to go. I came in, I locked the deal up. I originally made them an offer. So let's just use numbers really quick. They wanted 265. I wanted to be somewhere around 220. So that's the offer that I made. They countered me at 235. Now, because I have buyers in the area that I know would buy this deal, hands down, I just went ahead and locked it up anyway, even though I wanted to be at 220. So lo and behold, locked the deal up for 235. I sold it literally like the next day for 255, making it a $20,000 deal originally. From there, we conducted our inspection. We seen that the house needed an extensive amount of work. With that being the case, I went for the retrade and I got a price reduction down to the key number that I needed to be at, which is 220.
So you knew going into it, you needed to be at 220. Why did you know you wanted to be at 220?
Because I run the comps.
You ran the comps. And do you looking at it from your perspective, like if just in case? So when you're running the comps, so walk us through, because it's somebody listening that want to understand this. So when you're running your comps, you're comparing this to other properties, that was renovated,
Correct.
Properties that was in similar condition. Yeah. How did you come up with that 220 in your head?
So when you're running comps, you always want to find what's first and foremost what's called an ARV. That's going to be what properties in that area are selling for, usually within a mile radius of your subject property that you're trying to get on the contract. Because we do it, and because I know the numbers, like I said, done fix and flips, etc. I know I'm a buyer. So regardless of the exit strategy that I'm utilizing, which is primarily right now wholesale, I know where I need to be going into a deal because I'm able to look at it through the lens of a buyer. So again, I did the math. I found my ARV. I did the math. I subtracted, the renovation costs, etc. And 220 was where I needed to be on the deal.
That's good. That's good. Because I think a lot of people have a misconception as to what wholesaling is. You see what I mean? Like you just touched on something. You said, I knew where I needed to be because I am a real buyer. So let's step back a little bit. You knew that worst case scenario, that if you didn't wholesale this deal, that you can send it over to another department over within the company, and that we would really buy it.
Correct.
Right. In summary.
So anything that we have under contract within our wholesale portion of the business, we are more than able and willing and ready to take buy it ourselves. If for whatever reason I cannot unload this deal, we always make sure that we lock these up at great numbers, the right number, so that if and when, because this is real estate, the ball gets dropped, we'll be able to fulfill our promise to the seller no matter what.
There we go.
So like I said, we got the price reduction down to 220, which made it at that point, there's like an additional $15K. So it made it a $35,000 spread. And just a little tip and a little secret, because I am a licensed realtor and I was dealing with another licensed agent on the deal who was representing the seller was offering 6% compensation and 3% to my brokerage, which was an additional, I think, like $8,000, which essentially would make the profit go from $35,000 to $43,000. And that's
how you ended up pulling that 40 ball out.
Correct.
Man, I'm telling you guys, and this is why people be like, Rob, should I go get a real estate agent? Get a real estate license. Should I become a real estate agent? I'm like, why not? A lot of what he didn't even touch on is that it was another real estate agent involved, right? Yeah. See, real estate agent speaks real estate agent's language, guys. So yes, you're able to sell your own houses. You're able to still buy houses, right? You just got to disclose that you're a buyer, or you're a partner or a member of the LLC that's being purchased, of the home that's being purchased, or whoever is purchasing the home. You have to disclose that. So, I mean, guys, here is the thing. You hear that and you like, dang, like some people go like, dang, that's crazy. Or you gonna have, the left side that's like, oh, well, you know what I mean? You took advantage of that person, because you got it for $220 and they probably could have got more money. And it's like, that's the problem. That's the problem. Guys, understand this. Investing, wholesaling, buying, fixing and flipping. I had to tell an agent this the other day. We are not going into these calls looking to basically lowball people. We are not putting deals under contract and basically hoping to only close on the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
That ain't how this thing works.
Because again, 220, just using this deal again for an example, 220 is where I needed to be on the deal. Even though I had someone who was able to buy it for the price that we were able to offload the deal for.
And they probably going to keep it. They probably going to turn it into a rooming house.
Exactly.
Who knows?
And this particular buyer was able to buy in so high because he's a buy and hold investor.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he is a buy and hold investor. So truthfully, for the flip numbers to work, regardless, 220 is where I need to be. And again, we always lock deals up at a number to where we're comfortable with buying it in the case that, a ball is dropped somewhere in the transaction. So
here we go. Let's recap. The VA, our lead finders, we refer to them as lead finders, brought the deal in. The deal was sent to our lead finder as a potential fix and flip opportunity. Jahir seen that opportunity, knowing because he managed a lot of our flips as well, and he's been around it since he's been 17, 16, 15 years old. He knew, hey, let me run the ARV. He found the ARV, and he knew based off of just looking at the property how much the property was going to need, right? He then went back, let the buyer know, hey, no, look, the original number that I gave you, that's where I need to be. Everybody was in agreement. Everybody won. Jahir just decided, hey, I can buy this deal. I can hand it over to this department, which is my department. I can go ahead and send it over. We can buy this deal, or I can go ahead and sell it to this buy and hold guy who margins don't need to be as big, or let's say not as big. The percentage on his return on investment, his percentage don't need to be like our percentage. He can take a less percentage on his ROI. Our ROI, for instance, I'm taking 20 to 25% off every flip off the top. I did the numbers with a friend of mine. Said, I'm like, look, take your profit of what you want to make off the top. They don't need that.
Yeah.
They don't need to be at 20%, 25%. Some investors, they like, look, I want to be at a cap rate of 1%. Cap rate of 2%. That's because they're going to hold that property forever. Man, let's talk about that a little bit more, because people, they hear, the lead came into your lead finder. You came in, you stepped in, you basically did an analysis on the deal. Let's talk a little bit about the systems and the tools that you're utilizing in order to get these deals, because we get that all the time. Where are the deals coming from? Where do the leads come from? How can I get a lead? Where do I get started? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah. So your questions more specifically,
like where the leads come from.
Okay.
If somebody listening to this, well, how do they get started in finding leads? What systems are we using? What CRM systems are we using? Let's talk a little bit about that.
All right. Yeah. Let's walk it backwards. So first and foremost, if you're going to scale a wholesale business, you need a CRM. Personally, we utilize Podio. We did pay to have Podio set up properly to function the way that we need it to function. But that is our main CRM right now is Podio. And then of course you need a front line. And when I say front line, you need people up front to be able to, vet your leads, run numbers for the leads, organize your CRM, keep everything intact, point you in which direction you need to go as far as, okay, this is a cold lead, warm lead, hot lead, this needs immediate attention, etc. And we have about 3 VAs, I think. Yeah. So we have about 3 VAs right now. And yeah, that's pretty much the front line portion of it. And then the initial question was,
how do the leads get passed on? How did the lead flow come in?
So they come into my VA. My VA then identify the lead, whether it's a hot lead or a cold lead, or but if it's something I need that needs my attention, me as a closer, they let me know. So the leads come in, they vet the lead, they then notify me, and then I get on the phone and do what I do. I lock the deal up and pretty much immediately start, our dispo process from there.
And where the leads are being sent by what sellers that's just calling in from PPC.
So so it's multiple ways. I mean, you have pay-per-click leads, you have sellers. A lot of business, truthfully, that we do is from just reoccurring and returning agents and or sellers that may have more than one property in their pipeline or may own more than one property as a seller. And when you deliver for people the first time, they will always come back to you if it was a smooth process. If it was a smooth process and you were able to deliver on your promise, help them solve their problem, that will return to you. And that's a very key way that you are able to, cut down on cost per lead and eventually just have free marketing, because again, you do X amount of deals with X amount of people and agents, they'll just keep bringing things to you and you kind of just keep turning it over like a conveyor belt.
Yeah, conveyor belt. And I talk about it all the time. People hear me mention like Abraham was here a week before, a couple weeks ago. We had Will Galloway the week before, and they hear me say Jahir a lot. And I'm like, yeah, Jahir selling a lot of properties to this person, selling a lot of properties to this people, this person over here. And you're killing it. You're killing it. And I think a lot of people from that perspective thinking that, like you just talked about, it's relationships. People know who you are. So I'm talking to the audience. They hear me say Jahir. They don't really know who you are. So now it's like putting a face with a name. It's like, no, you really go out here and you've built relationships with these individuals. And I try to tell people that all the time, man. If you go back to all the episodes, guys, they all are pretty much saying the same thing. Relationships. Guys, life is built off of wholesome relationships, guys.
Correct.
I mean, rather you even going to be, if you were out here doing dirty business, and this is the misconception that I'm talking about. If this thing was so crazy, people, and I say this because I'm in both worlds. I love them all. I love real estate agents because like he talked about, a lot of these deals come from real estate agents who we've been closing deals with over the past 10, 15 years. Do you know what I mean? They're friends of ours. A lot of a percentage of it is agents that's wholesalers.
Yeah.
And only people that doesn't exist in this world here wholesaling, they like ill. They have like this type of like, it's like a stigma that come with wholesaling. It's like, that's the thing I'm trying to kill. Yeah. Because a lot of times that's the reason why the person who's saying ill is broke. I mean, let's be real. That's why they're broke. And it's like, you don't take out the time to learn something, maybe that may be, I'm broke and struggling. I came from your IG and love what you're doing. Do any of you have any advice for me to get off the ground? This is it right here. This is it, young. This is it, young Larry Living.
Education, bro.
Talking about it right now.
Pick a seat, sit in it, and just watch away. I mean, there's plenty of YouTube gurus, if you will. Jerry Norton is a great place to start. He'll really teach you how to get on the phones, talk to people, and just talk to people. Just understand that this is just a conversation I'm holding with somebody. Of course, you got, Brent Daniels and all those other people, but just wholesale. I mean, Google or go on YouTube and search up wholesale real estate, how to get started. It's endless videos. You just got to be willing to sit there, soak up the information, and then take immediate action. You watching this podcast means nothing. I mean, if you're not going to take action after this, you really just wasted your time, or you really just thinking about like, it just was something to make you feel good maybe. But even with everything that we're giving you here, try to take action on it. Imperfect action, fail a bunch of times. Obviously there's a right way to do things. You don't want to get yourself into too much trouble, but take action.
Yeah. Here's what I tell you, young Larry Living. Here we go. I'm about to give you the game right now. Go type in Rob Van Harris on YouTube and start from video 1 and binge watch. I'm dead serious. Binge watch every video, every podcast video I've done. Binge watch.
Yeah.
And this is what you do. You go find the deal, right? And then you bring that deal to somebody. One of the members, one of the guests on the podcast. Bring it to Jahir. Follow Jahir on social media. Bring it to me. Guys, this is what I was going to make mention of. The best tool you can have within your tool belt as an agent or as a wholesaler, and any wholesaler that's really scaled the business, that's really doing 6 figures, they'll tell you, is a willing, ready, and able buyer.
Yep.
That's the language that they teach in real estate school. That's the key. Having a willing, ready, and able buyer. If you have that, you have power. Because guess what? Guess what, Larry? Guess what, young Larry? You can go into those conversations with confidence.
Yeah.
Because you like, guess what? I got Rob behind me. And I know Rob have a lot of money. And if I could just find the criteria that Rob is looking to buy, I know that I have a willing, ready, and able buyer. So guess what? You don't even, I talk to agents to this day, Larry. And I do a lot of, as you can see, you follow me on social media, I do a lot of buying houses. I buy a lot of houses, right? But guess what? People ask me, you're a wholesaler? I'm like, yeah. Yep, I am. I use wholesaling as an exit strategy. I sure do. Yep. Sell hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in wholesaling a year. I don't personally do it, but guess what? I have team members. Jahir is just one team member that does 6 figures. And I know it because I'm the one that basically cut their 1099s at the end of the year. We're not making up stuff. We're not saying it's to flex. We're telling us to kill that excuse. This podcast is to teach people like you, Larry, financial literacy, and to teach y'all, give y'all the roadmap as to how to go out here and be financially stable. We ain't doing this to flex because I'm a very private person. You ask my kids, I'm very private. I'm very private. I don't even like sharing my stuff on social media. But as you can see, I have all these boys and I have all these kids. They was the ones there. You got too much in you. And you gave us, you gave us the tools, you gave us the gems that we need to go out here and be successful. But now there's a lot of people out here that need this. There's a lot of people out here that need what you have. That's why I started this podcast, guys. That's why I have my TikTok page and my YouTube page and all these pages. I'm not doing this to flex. I'm doing this. You heard me just now said I'm here. Help me to help you, because that's the only reason I'm here, guys. This is not the flex. The little titles and all that is just to get y'all here, because we know we live in a social media generation to where you don't catch them within the first couple seconds of the post. They scroll into the next post. Yeah. But we're real people out here, with real strategies, out here getting real results, right? With real stories, guys. We're not making this stuff up. So with that being said, so Larry, quick recap. Go find the deal. You can find that deal by driving for dollars. You can find that deal by going to a wholesaler, asking that wholesaler, hey man, if I had a buyer that could come and buy this deal off of you, you mind if I go ahead and put $5,000-$10,000 off this on top of this? That's what that wholesaler gonna tell you. Yeah, sure. You could go to, it's hundreds, if not thousands of Facebook groups to where people are putting in deals in there every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that's called daisy chaining, Larry. Daisy chaining is when you're not properly vetted. Now, here's the thing. Before I say this, you need to call that wholesaler. Don't just receive the email from the wholesaler, put your $10,000 on top and then send it to me, Larry. You don't want to do that. You want to call the person who sent the email, ask them, hey, I received your email in regards to 123 Main Street. I see you're looking to get 200 for it. Hey, I have a buyer that's buying in this area. Do you mind if I put my, buffer on top and send it over to him and see if I can go ahead and get this thing sold? Every wholesaler, Larry, I'm guaranteeing you almost every single one of them going to tell you this, if it's still available. And I'm telling you to call them to make sure that it's still available. They're going to say, sure you can. No problem. Now, as you start to get experience, you start to meet more buyers like me, real willing, ready, and able buyers, you want to get something that's called an option agreement, where that option agreement is a one-page document. You're going to hand that over to them, and I can help you with this, Larry. You hand them that option agreement, and they give you a week to go and then put it out to me and put it out to Jahir and put it out to your other buyers, so that during the time you shopping it to us, they don't go and find another buyer. If you come back, let's just say they give you 3 days to shop it, and you come back like, hey, I got a buyer for you. And they be like, oh, I just sold it yesterday. But no, my option agreement gave me 3 days. So that's why you want to have an option agreement. Let's talk about that a little bit, man. Because as you can see, it's a need out here, man. People, they want to get into the industry. They want to get into the game. They want to know more about this business, this world called real estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the negotiation strategies that you utilize when talking with a seller and or agent? Let's talk about that a little bit.
So it varies. I mean, that's kind of a two-part question.
Mhm.
Obviously, the conversation that you would have with agents is it's completely different than the conversation you would have with a seller. Reason being is, it's real estate. There's, a certain language, a certain culture, tradition that, agents are used to, a certain way that they're used to doing business.
Mhm.
But I will say, because I am licensed, that does help me communicate with these agents in a more clear way. It helps me. I'm able to bring them into my world as an investor, and I'm able to go into their world as an agent because I am, again, a licensed real estate agent. So in that case, it kind of helps me win out or weed out, I guess, or win some of these deals versus other, wholesalers who just speak a wholesale language versus me, who's able to relate to the agent on an agent level because of who I am. It's also a form of credibility, etc. So I would say, just the education, just the knowledge that I have because I am a licensed realtor, because I have that education on real estate helps me negotiate deals a lot better and a lot smoother when dealing with agents. Then when dealing with sellers, you want to be very, I would say I'm a lot more personal with sellers. Relate as much as I can, if I can. You always want to listen, have an open ear to sellers, because a lot of the cases, guys, these are distress situations that these sellers are dealing with. Rather be they need to sell their home, they can't sell it pre-foreclosures, etc. Like, there's a lot that goes on with the leads that come in. You just never know. So the key here is just getting them to talk, listening to their story, so that way how to properly navigate through that deal, properly assist the seller, etc. So I wouldn't even say it's techniques or strategies. I mean, the biggest technique I would say is just listen. Get them to talk as much as possible. So that way you're able to soak up all of that information. And mid-conversation, if I'm able to repeat something to you that you said to me 5 minutes ago over the phone, that, you would feel like you're talking to a friend because I'm listening.
That's right.
You have a listening ear.
That's
and
right.
Mainly it's like, being a decent person, being a good person. If they're able to feel that, that'll get you the deal more than any tactic or sales pitch or script. Being a good person, being relatable, being a real person on the other end of that phone, having sympathy, being able to show empathy, etc. It helps. It helps a ton. And I would say, I win a lot of deals that way just by simply
credibility,
being who I am.
Yeah, credibility.
Yeah,
credibility is what it is, man. Because he's really out here. He's it's like I remember coaching, and I would hear some RVs on the phone, and people would say something like they just lost their dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or they just came from a funeral and they just ride over. They're like, yeah, so how much are you looking to get for the house? It's like, wait a minute, that person's not told you they lost their dog, bro. Or they just not came from a funeral. They lost a family member. Like taking out a second to be empathetic, goes a long way. Finding out are they okay? You know what I mean? Like, don't be robotic.
Yeah,
humans like to do business with other humans, man. How old are you and what age did you start to elevate?
So I'm 22, going on 23 this year. The age I started to elevate, that's a great question. I would say probably 21 I would say 22. I would say this year is my most
prosperous.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah. So this year for me, I mean, last year was a good year, but this year things are, turning up a lot more. And I think it's just really because I'm staying consistent. I'm staying committed to the journey.
Yeah.
I'm showing up in the areas that I need to show up in. And yeah, I'm putting in the work, studying my craft, listening to my calls, etc., which all of these things are related to elevating, and they've, allowed me to elevate. So I would say 21 going on to 22, etc.
Great question, man. I think that came from Henry, if I'm not mistaken. Good stuff, Henry. Hey, man, guys, listen, share. Like, hey guys, we're giving out too many gems right now for y'all not to be sharing this, liking, leaving more comments. Guys, listen, again, help us to help you, man. Like, this is some good stuff. We giving you guys the blueprint right now as to how this young 22-year-old that been in the business since he was 17, 18 years old is doing 6 figures, guys. Come on, man. Like, the stuff even that we giving y'all right now, I notice personally, people charge guys for this stuff, guys. And here we are giving it to y'all for free. And all I'm asking for is for y'all to like it, comment, and share it so somebody else can be blessed, man. So again, guys, let's keep this thing going, man. Again, this is every other week, guys. The Rob Van Harris Show. We do this every other week. I made a mistake on the last podcast. I said second and fourth week of the month, but that ain't how it falls. It's every other week. So let me clear that up. Speaking of, you talk about elevation and things like that. How do you manage your time and manage to stay focused in the world to where it's so much, the calls of the world is so loud? Because we all know you love to travel. Going to Mexico tomorrow, next week, a couple of days. So the boy, every time I turn around, the boy travel more than me. He love to travel. So let's talk about that a little bit. How you stay focused? How do you, time management and focus on your business to keep your business at float?
Time blocking is a big thing for me because of, I wear many hats within the business. It helps you stay focused. So primarily what I do is I will wake up, or the night before I even try to write my day out, I try to get everything out of my head on paper to say, what do I got to do? What's most important? That normally goes first. And then anything else that kind of falls on my mind, I'll jot down as well, just to kind of ensure that I'm not missing anything. So time blocking, meaning, okay, I wake up, I'll do my follow-ups from, let's just say 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay. Then from maybe 12 to 2, I'm making offers. Then from maybe 2 to 4, I'm confirming numbers for the team, or I may have some appointments to go on, etc. So I would say time blocking is a very big strategy and tool that I utilize to be able to stay focused on my task and manage my time.
Because that's a lot. That's another thing, because you do a little of everything, right? You help us with the fix and flip projects. You do acquisitions. Meaning you talk to a lot of the leads that come in, whether it's a seller and or agents. You do dispositions. I mean, a lot of the buyers, you dispo a lot of those deals, right? And I that's a lot of hats, because most people, so understand this, guys, like, just so you understand that most wholesaling companies, they have an acquisition manager and they have a disposition manager. They never intertwine. It is usually always separate. Jahir is both. He wear the hats of both, and he helps us with our personal business. We have nice size portfolio. We do a bunch of fix and flips. How is he doing all this? Like, I'm bringing y'all into the world so y'all can understand where this question is coming from. And how is he doing all this? I see you, Tim. What's up, brother? Tim here, every podcast. That's my man. He said, I'm here, Rob. That's my man.
Shout out my guy, Al.
How is he managing all this stuff, guys? Let's talk a little bit to that.
I mean, it's simple. A team. I have a team. This is not a one-man show. It can't be a one-man show. Anybody who's doing anything in life at a scaled level, at a successful level, has a team behind them. And I just really have great people behind me who make my job easier for me. Like I said, my VAs, my CRM, systems in place, steps to follow. It all coexists together. It all goes together. It all moves together. That's really it. It's a system. I got a disposition system. Put the deal under contract. Once it goes under contract, within 24 to 48 hours, we're getting pictures on the house. From there, normally, again, I have relationships with buyers, very strong relationship with buyers. So truthfully, 9 times out of 10, I really don't even have to do what's called a blast or send the deal out to my entire buyers list, because I know a few people personally that I know would pick this deal up, maybe without even seeing the deal. And on the acquisition side of things, man, it's smooth. Like I said, my front line, they vet the leads. They let me know what leads I need to come in on that can get locked up ASAP. I get on the phone. And once I get on the phone, it's pretty much history from there.
Yeah, that boy know how to, he know how to get them locked up. I mean, he's been doing it only since he's been 17. Like I said, he knows what he's saying. He knows what he's doing, right? So it's like delegate in order to elevate, guys. I bring it up because you have to delegate in order to elevate. Jahir is not doing all this stuff by himself. Right. And I'm not coming over there helping him with any of this stuff because it's called running a business. Right. Like the owner of McDonald's is not basically going over to each McDonald's site and then getting on the grill and flipping burgers. He's not, at the taking the orders. He's not doing that. He's running the business. And I think a lot of people think because, oh, that's my son. And you the dad, they could just call me and they like, hey man, I seen that deal y'all sent out, on 123 Main Street. I'm like, what deal? Oh, we got one over there. Oh, thanks for letting me know. I probably want to pick that up myself. What deal you got over there? You know what I mean? Like, thank you. I don't know what's going on over there. Like I told you, he did a 40,000 plus deal yesterday. I didn't know nothing about that deal. So I'm not watching his every move. I'm not over there doing that, because if I'm over there watching what every team member within my company is doing, then what do I need them there for, guys? If I'm going to go over there and start doing their job, why do I need that person in that seat? That means you have the wrong person either in the wrong seat or you made a bad hire. It's about delegating in order to elevate and putting the right people in the right seats, and that's how you scale. That was Jim's what he just talked about. That's how you scale right there, man. So such young man do better than me makes me want to go get go get it. Do y'all have mentorship?
What he told you, Larry, is the mentorship. Go find a deal, because regardless, anybody here who's wanting to achieve success in this business has to put in the work. You got to start somewhere. Personally, I don't have the time to come down and mentor somebody, because that takes, this is not a part-time business. This is not something I can just show you, oh, do this, and then it's going to happen. Because in real estate, man, is something that could go wrong with every deal. There's situations, there's language that you got to understand. There's so much to this business when you're literally learning every single day. My dad's been doing this for 21 years at this point, maybe even more. He's still learning every single day. There's always something to learn. So again, touching on the mentorship, you bring me a deal. That is the mentorship right there. I'm going to walk you through that deal for free.
You're learning for free. You learning while you earning.
And getting paid at the same time. So that is the mentorship. If you want to try to get with us, or have somebody to kind of walk you through these things, bring me a deal. Bring me a deal and we'll work it from there. And I guarantee you'll learn a lot faster. You'll learn a lot more, than you would on your own. And of course, again, you will be earning while you're learning as well.
And here it is, mentorships. You know what I mean? Out here. What was it, Larry?
Yeah, Larry.
Larry's mentorships out here.
Yeah.
But mentorship's going to cost you money, man. Any great mentorship, like I have mentors. To this day, I have mentors. You know what I mean? But I paid $40,000 just now for the mentorship that I'm currently in. I paid $40,000 for it. The mentorship before that, I paid and that was years. I basically got into it before it really blew up, and it was like close to $10,000. So now 2005 for a great mentorship is going to basically be probably over 15K. And investment, people that's really doing it. I mean, if you want to look into it, I don't mind saying this because this is the real deal. Like Pace, sub 2 community. That's he's the Pace Morby is really the one that's really doing it on the mentorship side of things.
Yeah.
Like if you want a mentor, somebody that's going to really walk you by the take you by the hand and get you everything you need, but it's still guys showing up. You still going to have to show up, and you're going to have to pay that. You're going to have to pay that back.
Yeah.
Ain't no way around it. But yeah, that's why I would recommend Pace. Pace is got the best. He got the best community right now in the game. You ask me.
And we are a part of that community. So just for credibility, and so you can, what we're saying is real. Some of the best, really the best and greatest people that's doing it in this industry are a part of that community. So that's a good place to start. Yeah, it's
a good place to start, man. Let's keep it rolling, guys. What is one of the most memorable deals you've done? Let's say within the past, since you've been in the game, most memorable.
Most memorable? Man, it's been some deals. I mean, we just recently, so I guess memorable because I wouldn't forget it. And we're talking wholesale, or are we talking
wholesaling? One of the fix and flips. What? What's one of those things that just blew your mind? Whether it was good or bad, you just like, yo, I'd never forget this one.
Man, I mean, we did the King Cave flip. I would never forget. I'm sure y'all seen that if y'all was following us, but I would say honestly, so I had a deal that I locked up in like December of 2023. Or it had to be. It was like November of 2024. It had to be. Or it's probably even longer than that. Long story short, guys, this deal was in probate. And we were supposed to close this deal. Like I said, I locked it up in November. It was supposed to close in December. Long story short, it kept getting pushed back. That deal, we had that deal in the contract for about 8 or 9 months before we was able to close on that deal, due to basically neglect from the attorney who was supposed to be clearing the file, just kept dropping the ball repeatedly. And you can just imagine for me how I'm looking at this, having to coach or, keep my buyer in this deal for 8 to 9 months and to still be able to and willing to close it.
I remember that one.
We just closed it maybe 2-3 months ago. So I never forget that deal, man. It's like, I'm gonna call it probate from hell. Like that's the longest deal I've ever been a part of or seen. Like that deal was crazy.
Yeah. You was working on that thing for like you was working on that thing forever. That thing was crazy.
That's a long time ago.
That was crazy, man. That was crazy. Hey guys, hey man, we about to go ahead and land this plane in a minute, man. So drop your questions, guys. Drop your questions. So it's an hour long podcast, guys. So drop your questions so we can go ahead and make sure that we land this flight and land it right, guys. We're gonna land this flight and land it right. How would you define success?
How would I define success? I would define success truthfully as, a word called prosperity that I'm sure everybody's heard of. Maybe he's even touched on it a bunch on his other podcast, but success to me is, being whole in all areas of your life, not even just financially, relationships, emotionally, in every area. I think that for me personally, how I define it for me, man, freedom, location freedom, time freedom. That's it for me. I mean, having great relationships with, people around me, having great people around me, a good relationship or a great relationship with God, all of the above. I think that success just really depends on what you're looking for in life. There's not just one meaning of success. It's what you want, what makes you happy, what floats your boat, whatever is that thing that you just have that you would do for free, and you're doing it at a high level or a successful level. I think that you consider yourself successful in that case.
I love that, man. I love that because I think a lot of people define success by money. I mean, the more money you have, the more successful you are. But truth to the matter is, again, and again, you hear you say wholeness. That's of course, like that's what this podcast is built on. Y'all hear me talk about that all the time, like wholeness. Because here is the thing, man. I know successful people. a lot of successful people. And success, it's like basically this was having a great coach is about, right? And having a great mentor is about. The mentor should have already gone the distance and done the thing. That's what's having a great mentor is about. See, he's had a mentor his whole life, which is me, his father, right? But I've gone the distance and I've seen things. So I let all my kids know, like, look, we're not going to get caught up on this money thing, because you can have all the money in the world and be the brokest person in the world, man. You know what I mean? Because if your relationships is broken, if your health is broken, if your mindset is broken, but you have all this money, you don't have no friends, you have all these cars, you don't have nobody to drive in the cars with. You have this house, this huge house, and it's empty, and you're lonely and you're broken. That is not success. Trust me, guys, it's not. What you think you hear about on these social media programs and all this stuff with people literally committing suicide, guys? Literally committing suicide, and they have millions and billions of dollars. So you can have millions and billions of dollars and still not be successful. So yeah, that's my definition as well, man. Wholeness, man. Nothing missing, nothing broken, guys.
Yeah, because I seen something. Al said, was your journey fairly hard? I mean, everybody got their own struggles with everything that they do. I'm truly a person that looks at things that's like, look, I'm a person of gratitude. I mean, I got a lot to be grateful for. So I don't really like to sit or feel pity for myself and say, oh, this is hard, or this is, not doable. I like to, put in the work and actually see it through. So I think that, of course, everything had its struggles, but nothing's hard when you stay consistent, put your mind to it, and just keep trying to be 1% better every day. Hard work is hard, but again, consistency and just striving to be 1% better every day, makes things kind of look easy. Because, like, if I'm being honest, at this point in the business is easy. Maybe it was hard then, trying to find new buyers or trying to lock up a deal on the acquisition side. But at this point, it's just because I've done those steps, put in the hard work for that, it's become easy. I mean, it's not, this is not an easy business, but because of the work that was put in the past, systems in place, people, and of course the favor of God, I mean, this thing is just, it's what I like to do. I don't struggle waking up to do this every day. And it's not even really about the money either. Like we touched on, it's really not. It's just because I've never really been, it never was about the money. It's for me, it's just always been about what makes me feel right. Like how do I feel fulfilled or, purpose driven, etc. The money is good, but if you don't feel, if you don't feel content with it, if you're not okay with yourself and whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter, because that's going to cost you, your peace. And at that point,
I'm not too far from your age, just a little younger. I like your style. What's your socials? Let's talk about that. Where can they follow you?
So you can follow me on Facebook. Full name would be Jahir Harmon. You'll find me on Facebook there. That's where most of my real estate content is at. On Instagram, it's Kingyear, KINGYEER. I'm starting to, put a lot more of my content out there as well. And I appreciate you on the style. I look like y'all, man. If you're in here young, and you can relate to me, I'm not about to come in here with a suit and tie on, because that's just not me. Like, I like the finer things in life. I like to put stuff together, dress real nice, etc. So I do that so that I'm able to relate and show people my age or maybe even younger or older than me, like, look, I'm just like you in a sense, This thing is not far obtainable or too far from you to reach, because, that's just how life is. We all put limits on ourselves. We all look at things and got to picture it a certain way, or we think it got to look a certain way, or we got to look a certain way. And in reality, man, it's just, this life's about you. Like, get with God, have a strong foundation with God, cherish that relationship, find out who you are, sit with yourself, find out the things that you love to do, love yourself, and just go from there, man. Just as long as it's flowing from the heart and it's pure, and God's at the center of it, man, he'll bless it. And that's the story of the business. Long story short, I mean, even the $40,000 deal that we closed, etc., like those deals don't just kind of come out of thin air. I think it's truly just a product and a result of the favor that, God has placed upon our business, truly, with the amount of, deals and quality deals that we've been doing this year, because that's like the fourth $35,000 plus deal in 3 months.
Yeah. We've been doing a lot of, y'all been killing it on that in that department for sure. And I think, man, that he just touched on it, guys. It's about doing the thing that you naturally love doing, guys. Like, don't compare yourself amongst yourselves, guys. You know what I mean? And I tapped on it earlier. Like, I'm a true believer is that he talked about happiness and things like that, but you're blessed to be a blessing. That's the part for me.
Yeah.
It's not like if like I'm blessed, but I'm not on here. Like, a lot of people come on these platforms, these podcasts and things like that. But truly, let's be real, they flexing.
Yeah.
We talk about a $40,000 deal that we just did yesterday, right? But at the end of the day, if you seen how we gave behind the screen, you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it. So I truly believe that we're so blessed because guess what? We're givers.
Yeah.
This whole podcast is based off of me being a giver. I give like you wouldn't believe, guys. So I truly believe that if you give from the place of abundance, you will live from the place of abundance. And I've taught my kids that, and I'm telling y'all the same thing. That's why at 22, he could say, since he's been in the game, this boy is turning 6 figures. It ain't the flex. The title wasn't the flex. It's to say that this boy is blessed and he's living in a place of abundance. But if you see how he give and how he help people and how he care, and all my boys are like that, man. Keon, Rob, if y'all follow any of them on social media, they all givers, man. Them boys care. They got good hearts, just like they mom and they pop. We got good hearts, man. But I'm saying that it can't be all about money. It can't be all about you. It can't be you can't be self-centered, man. Everything can't be wrapped around you. The 40,000, the 50,000, the big business and all that stuff is a byproduct of you just doing the right thing just because it's the right thing. No other explanation is needed. That's integrity to me, guys.
Yep.
That's integrity.
And that's what our business
is built on.
Integrity. We don't hire nobody without integrity. We don't keep nobody without integrity. It don't matter who you are, how close you are to us. We take integrity very serious because that is, at the end of the day, I mean, doing the right thing is the key. Like, if you always do the right thing, it's going to come back to you. The more you give, the more it will come back.
What books, what podcasts that's made an impact in your life that you would recommend to the audience?
Outside of real estate?
It could be anything that's just made an impact in your life, regardless if it's real estate, just something that's made an impact not only just on your career, but your mind, you as an individual, period.
Honestly, the biggest impact I guess I would say, figure or system that's had the biggest impact on me was truthfully the Word of God and the teaching that I'm under. I mean, Creflo Dollar, if y'all, pretty sure a lot of y'all have heard about him, but if not, Creflo Dollar, look him up. I mean, anything you can think of that pertaining to life, not even just on some overly religious stuff, he's touched on it. And that has really, really, I mean, put me under the right teaching has really, really, really like helped me in so many ways that I can't even like explain literally. Like that's it. It's not Jordan Peterson, he's good. Like, all them people on YouTube is cool and all, but honestly, I mean, the Word of God, man, the Word of God, and being able to have it, have the blessing of being able to be taught by such an anointed person and understand it the way that I do is that was the biggest impact on me.
Yeah, that's good,
true.
man. That's good right there, man. What's next for you? What's next for you? What's next for Jahir, man?
I don't know, man. Hopefully, I continue pushing this content out there.
Okay.
Maybe give y'all a little bit more entertainment.
Yeah.
The entertainment side of me, I kind of been laying dormant for a couple years, but
You've been grinding though. You've been working.
That's what I'm saying about, I just, I could have been putting more out there more, but yeah, that too, I'm really able to put my head down when it's time and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully look for more content from me. I'll be looking to, take on some people hopefully soon, friends that want to get into the business and try to help them get to where I'm at. And yeah, just hopefully help as many people as I can in any way possible. Really, that's my main goal. So that's what's next for me. Look for me to help in an unrealistic amount of people, I would say.
That's it. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, man, again, we're going to go ahead and land this flight, man. Last and final words. I'm going to hand the mic over to you, man. What would you tell to that individual right now that's out there, that's listening, that's, man, they in a position right now, they looking to get this thing started. They trying to get this thing rolling, right? They want to get into wholesaling. They want to, experience this thing that we're talking about, fixing and flipping and building up our portfolios and all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to be successful. You know what I mean? They want to build a business.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make 6 figures. What would you say to that person right here, right now?
Man, again, learn as much as you can. Take as much imperfect action as you can. Find a mentor of some sort. Keep God first and just stay persistent in it. It's not this not going to happen overnight, point blank, period.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not ready to sit here and call 100 to 150 people a day, have 100 to 150 conversations a day, every day for 30 to 60 days straight, it may not be for you.
Yep.
But if you put in that work and you stay persistent and consistent at it, I promise you the results will pay off. Man. And the day that they do, a light bulb will go off for you and it'll pay off. It'll pay off because this is a business that pays. It'll take some time, but when it pays very, very well.
Yeah, that's the truth anyhow, man. Well, Jahir, son, I tell you all the time in private, I tell you every time I get the chance, I'm proud of you, kiddo. I wanted to be noted and recorded. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of the young man that you're becoming. I'm proud of the great exploits you're out here accomplishing, man. Keep letting God lead your way. The call of the world is louder, but our God is even bigger, man. Keep doing everything you're doing, kiddo.
Thank you.
I appreciate you joining me on today, man. With that being
Pleasure
said,
having me.
Hey, man. It's been a blessing, guys. I hope y'all got something from this, man. With that being said, guys, over and out. Rob Van Harris podcast, guys. See y'all on the next show. Let's continue to go and grow. I'll see y'all on the next video. Let's get it.